Yeah. What is up, my people? Run It Back Nation. This is Run It Back Philly. You know, no frauds, no fanboys, no intros. I do have to tell you something, though. This episode of Run It Back Philly is brought to you by manscaped.com. All right, now check this out. Let me tell you something real quick. You know I like a nice beard, right? Look at that sucker, bro. Why do I like a beard, though? Because women like beards, man. Women love beards. It's masculine. But women love beards on your face, not on your balls. Use a Lawnmower 4.0. Take care of that ball beard and take care of her. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code no intro for 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. No intros, no ball beards. Let's get into it, man. Bro, I was so excited to drop that ad. Get the merch too. Runitbackmerch.com. The Process Complete t-shirts are almost sold out. T-shirts, hoodies, crop tops, tank tops, stickers, mugs, glasses, crew necks, whatever you want, man. Process Complete, because you saw it tonight. You saw it tonight. Aaron Cabot, shout out to you, my man. Run It Back MVP, as always. The Bulls are frauds. I agree. You saw it tonight. That's what the process was. The process was losing on purpose for a long, long time to get us here. And we're here. We have a team that can compete to win the whole damn thing. That's what the process was. Man, this team is fun. That's just like how I'm going to start. This team is fun to watch. We're 5-0 now with James Harden, by the way. The addition of James Harden has been so, I mean, you knew it would be good. We did, you know, the Sixers fans that knew what an elite point guard could bring to this team. But it's been even better than I thought because, first of all, a lot of people thought he was going to, he's a ball-dominant guard. Joel Embiid's scoring's probably going to go down a little bit. You know what I mean? James Harden's going to have the ball a lot. But James just absolutely came in here and played OP point guard. Like he's an elevated version of his old self to where he's taking a step back with athleticism, of course, but he's taking a step back and just being like the best point guard you could possibly be. I mean, it's unbelievable. He's like Chris Paul, but better at driving and finishing at the rim. I don't know. He's Chris Paul with more of an offensive elite skill set, I think. But he's elevating everybody. We already talked for weeks about how much he elevated Tyrese Maxey in just a couple of games. What he's doing with Matisse Thybulle, what James Harden is doing with Matisse Thybulle, I can't even put into words. I don't even have words for it. I am a man of many words, of course. I can't even put it into words what he's doing with Matisse Thybulle. And that last one in that fourth quarter where Thybulle caught the ball off the cut and dunked it on top of somebody, and you saw the replay in slow motion, and you saw Harden looking at him like, I told you that's what you do. We haven't had a guy on the court that would tell players these kinds of things. Because in the first quarter, Matisse caught one of those cut passes and tried to do a fancy little up and around finish and missed the layup. And I guarantee you Harden said right to his face, bro, what are you doing? Dunk that shit, boy. Dunk that shit. You can jump out the gym. Dunk that shit. Couple of quarters later, Matisse catches another absolute dime on a cut and just goes straight over top of everybody. And Harden looks at him like, I told you. I mean, it's unbelievable. James Harden has elevated Matisse Thybulle, at least in the last couple of games, to consistently outscoring Tobias Harris. Man, that fourth quarter was so much fun. That fourth quarter was so much fun, man. You got George Niang splashing threes. Joel Embiid dominating. Tristan Thompson comes back in with 5 fouls, and Joel says, you know what? I'm just going to end his existence this time. I'm going to go under there. I'm not going to spin move, double shimmy, fade away. I'm just going to power dribble and dunk on his face. The last time someone scored on a Kardashian's face like that was Ray J. Was that a good one? Aaron Cabbage, what's up? Niang is great, also great shooter and a way better defender than he's given credit for. Brings energy every night, and when I saw him on the Jazz, I thought he was ass, to be honest. It has so much to do with James Harden, bro. It has so much to do with James Harden. And that's Tobias Harris got booed again because it's a tough fit for Tobias. To play alongside James Harden and Joel Embiid. Maxey fits perfectly because he's just a slice and dice, straight to the rim bucket getter. So he brings a different element that fits perfectly. He doesn't need the ball in his hands. But to play alongside those three, you really have to be a spot-up shooter. And Tobias Harris is just not a spot-up shooter. So it's not looking good for him. He missed a wide-open three in the third quarter, and the crowd started booing. And I'm like, we're winning a basketball game, and Philly fans are booing Tobias Harris. I mean, it's ruthless. It's really ruthless, but that's just Philly. You know what I mean? I feel bad for the guy. It's not his fault that he doesn't fit. It's just how it is. He's going to get moved in the offseason. It just absolutely would make no sense for you to continue this, paying Tobias Harris max money when he just doesn't fit. You could see George Niang is a much better fit next to all of these players than Tobias Harris. So it just is what it is. Where I want to go next. Doc Rivers, man. Let me get my stuff up here, man, real quick. Hold up. Doc Rivers watches Run It Back Philly. He has to. He has to watch Run It Back Philly. Doc Rivers did everything I told him to do. Doc Rivers did everything I told him to do. What are the odds? Now, first of all, Doc Rivers reminds me of a restaurant owner I used to work for, where, something's going on behind the bar, something's going on in the restaurant somewhere, in the kitchen, whatever. And I'm like, you know what? This doesn't make sense. Maybe we should do this. Hey, I don't think this is totally working out, this situation right here. Maybe we should try this, this, and this. And the guy would just blow me off, totally ignore it for like 3 weeks, and then do exactly what I said and to make it look like it was his idea. That's what Doc Rivers just did. Everybody in the world knew the Furkan Korkmaz thing was over 2 months ago. Everybody in the world was screaming, where the hell's Isaiah Joe? Everybody in the world was screaming, what the hell are you playing Paul Millsap for when you got 6'11" Charles Bassey, or when Daryl Morey just gave you Cauley Stein, and then he gave you DeAndre Jordan. That's what Doc does, because he has an ego. So he strategically ignores everybody, and then he does exactly what everybody said, and it works, but he makes it look like it was his idea. That's where I'm at with it, man. It's ridiculous. It really is. I just posted a video today. In a segment of the video, I said, this is it. The last game had to be the last straw for Furkan Korkmaz. You can't continue to play this guy as the first man off the bench. He's giving you nothing. He's a -20 net rating. A -20 net rating. And finally, Doc Rivers, and I said, I'll take Isaiah Joe over him. I'll take Shake Milton over him. How are you playing him over those two guys? I'll take Miles Powell over him. I will take anybody over him. Finally, Doc Rivers says, you know what? I think you're right. You know what? I think everybody's right. I'm going to stop playing Korkmaz, and I'm going to play Shake Milton, Isaiah Joe. And you know what? I'm not going to play Paul Millsap at backup center because he's 6'8" and can't rebound. I'm going to play DeAndre Jordan, who Daryl just gave to me last game, who I chose not to play for no reason. And look what happened. Look what happened. I mean, in what was it, the second or third quarter, DeAndre Jordan had a big block. He had a big offensive rebound that extended a possession. Shake Milton hit a three from the corner. And I was like, wow, look at Shake Milton out there hitting threes from the corner. Isaiah Joe catches a pass from James Harden in the fourth quarter and splashes a three. Wow, we're finally watching competent bench players. I don't know. I'm not saying they're going to be consistent. I'm not saying they're the end-all, be-all and the fix for everything. But damn it, they're way better than Furkan Korkmaz. How was this not obvious for this long? That's what I'm saying. But Doc, he watched my video today. He definitely watched my video today. And he listened to everything I said. And he said, you know what? Now's the time. I'm going to do this now. That way, it'll look like it was my idea. What did DeAndre Jordan have? Where are my stats at? I'm too hype, man. I'm too hype. I don't have my stats up. I don't have anything up. Thank you for everyone being in here. 407 in the chat, man. This Sixers team is fun to watch, man. The Tyrese Maxey little flip shot at the end with the and one reminded me so much of Allen Iverson. I can't even put it into words. There's so many elements to this offense with James Harden on the floor. He just makes everybody's game better. DeAndre Jordan had 10 minutes in the game, got 3 rebounds and a block and a steal. That's all you need. You know, when Daryl gave you DeAndre Jordan, when Daryl said, I'm going to sign DeAndre Jordan, and everybody on Twitter was like, nah, we don't need DeAndre Jordan. Don't sign DeAndre Jordan. He's washed. You don't need that guy to be great for 27 minutes. You need him to go in the game for 10 minutes, play defense, and grab rebounds. And that's what he does. That's exactly what he does. That's all you needed him to do. Cassell, thank you for the support. Eastwood, you the man. The great content, great team win. Hey, thank you. Thank you. And people in the chat saying that I should be a coach. I'm just saying literally everything you're saying. I've been saying this since Brett Brown. It's 5-on-5 basketball. It's not that complicated. It's just not. I'm serious, man. I really think I could take a high school coach down the street that could win NBA games with James Harden, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle. Like, it's not, the coach isn't that important. As long as he keeps it simple. I think NBA coaches just overcomplicate things a lot and make more problems than there has to be. Because they think they're a genius. He thinks he's Greg Popovich. He needs to take a step back and just coach the damn game. Let the players play. We have an on-court coach now who's elevating players to, like, the things that James Harden's saying to players like Tyrese Maxey and Matisse Thybulle. Why hasn't the coaching staff been saying that to them? If James Harden was on this team when we drafted Ben Simmons would have either cried and quit basketball week 2, or he would have been shooting threes right away. You need somebody to motivate young players, to teach them and push them in the right direction. And that's what James Harden has done. That's what James Harden has done, man. So just break it down a little bit. The first quarter, Embiid rolls his ankle. We all take a big gasp. But he was okay. Could have been worse. The scary part about Joel Embiid always will be the fact that you just feel like he's an inch away, from landing the wrong way on an ankle or whatever. But knock on wood, he landed on a foot or almost. I don't remember how it happened, but he rolled it pretty hard. Looked like it hurt, but he stayed in the game. He rolled it pretty hard too. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if it has a little bit of swelling. Maybe he takes a game or 2 off. I don't know. You guys hear anything about that? Harden had the 2 dimes to Thybulle in the first quarter that were amazing. Danny Green came off the bench first. I was like, Danny Green's in the game first? No Korkmaz. I was celebrating. I wanted to throw a parade. Like, championship parade, cool. Also wanted to throw a parade for the fact that Furkan Korkmaz didn't come in the game first off the bench. Not only didn't he come in the game first off the bench, he didn't play at all. And what does a coach say to somebody like Furkan Korkmaz in that situation? You know what I mean? I mean, it's a business. It is what it is. We're all grown-ups. But what do you think Doc Rivers actually said to him? Hey, Furk, you're not playing tonight, buddy. Do I really have to explain why? I mean, I didn't know this, but DJ Eastwood today on YouTube told me that you're shooting 10% from three since the All-Star break, that you're scoring 1.7 points per game, that you're a negative 20.6 on the floor. So you're not playing. Think that's what he said? I don't know. Jay Abs, man, thank you for the donation. Paul Millsap should be playing power forward, small forward, not center, because he never played center in his career. When players play out of position, things can go wrong. Paul Millsap shouldn't be playing at all, period. Because the only room you have is center, backup center. You know, because you got Tobias and Niang. Tobias is going to play. He has the contract. It is what it is. So you got, why is this making noise, man? So you got Tobias and Niang. I don't think there's really any room for Paul Millsap to actually play on this team. He was a throw-in that trade. And that is what it is. RB, what up? Shout out to RB, man. Yeah, and the scary part for the rest of the league should be the fact that this team is just learning. This team is just learning. We're 5-0 with James Harden, and we're just learning. Of course, the Bulls don't have Lonzo. They don't have Caruso. They don't have Vucevic. And they lost, that might be the longest losing streak in the NBA at the current moment. They really just have DeRozan and Zach LaVine running around trying to get buckets. Derek Jones Jr. jumping through the roof once in a while. But, it didn't look like they had much else outside of that. We gave DeRozan a bunch of wide open middies in the beginning of the game. And that third quarter defense, we tightened up. We tightened up that third quarter defense, made a couple runs. It was just clear that we had too much for him. We had too much for him, man. LaVine finished with 24, DeRozan finished with 23. Anytime we hold DeMar DeRozan under 30 is a win for the Sixers in the defense column, because that dude just gets absolute buckets on us all the time. And yeah, Zach LaVine thing, somebody said it in the chat. Where are you at, man? Thank God we didn't trade for Zach LaVine last year. Yeah, Bucket Getter 215. What's up, man? Shout out to the 215. Yeah, remember that? When we initially wanted to trade Ben Simmons, and we were like, there was times where we were talking about if Zach LaVine wants out of Chicago, should we trade for Zach LaVine? And we were like, oh, Zach LaVine and Joel Embiid together would be amazing. Oh, maybe we got Maxey and then Zach LaVine and then Joel Embiid. What is Zach LaVine exactly? I mean, I know he's coming back from an injury, but he's just kind of a guy out there scoring points. It's one of those, it looks empty. Doesn't really do a whole lot for the team when you really watch him play a whole game. He's a scorer, but is he that level of scorer that you add him to your team and he makes you a championship contender? No, not at all. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Daryl Morey was stuck on James Harden. And he was right the whole time. Malcolm Brogdon in a first doesn't make you a championship contender. Zach LaVine doesn't make you a championship contender. What were some of the other trades he passed up? Tyrese Halliburton and Harrison Barnes and that squad from the Kings doesn't make you a championship contender. He knew exactly what he was doing the whole time. And damn it, we were all like, what the F is going on here? Trade the guy already. And he sat back and did the right thing, and he came off as a damn genius. Wild. Absolutely wild, especially when you see what James Harden does to this team. I mean, and when you look at his stat sheet, look, man, that's the thing about a player like James Harden. This game reminds me a lot of what Chris Paul plays like. Like, you can't just look at a stat sheet. You can't just look at super advanced nerd analytical stats. It's called the eye test. You have to just watch the game, right? and just how the game flows, how he makes the defense move, and how he opens up the floor for everybody else and makes everybody around him better will never be on the stat sheet. Never. That's why Chris Paul is always up there in MVP talks when he's averaging like 13 points per game, because he's the most valuable player. You know, the Suns are nothing without Chris Paul. James Harden just makes the whole game flow better. He makes everybody better. Everything works better. Every player looks better. I don't even know what else to say about it. And he only put in 16 points, 8 rebounds, but he had 14 assists. Again, he just makes it look so easy with the dimes, man. I mean, the guy's a natural. He's an absolute just natural facilitator. And people are right. James Harden can play till he's 40, man, because he's that good at controlling. He's that good at controlling the game. And then when he wants to, once in a while, when everything, this is the thing that he brings also. And you guys know this, but I'm going to say it anyway. This is the thing that he brings also. He's the combination of an elite veteran facilitator that can elevate everybody's game. And then when the offense gets stale in the half court maybe, and you need somebody to make something happen, then he's like, all right, just everybody get out of my way. Give me the damn ball. Dribble, defender just staring at it like it's one of them, like it's one of those things you hang in front of someone's face when you hypnotize them, you know what I mean? And then just bam, gone. Blow by. He did it a couple times in this game in certain situations. And it really looks like it's impossible to guard. One-on-one. One-on-one. Who one-on-one can guard James Harden in the NBA? One-on-one. If there's Nets fans in here, they're probably going to say Ben Simmons because they never watched him play. But literally, one-on-one, who in the NBA can guard James Harden? I don't think there's anybody. He just blows by anybody, makes it look easy because his just setup dribble is so quick and like methodical, and he can just get that burst of speed anytime. Okay, so Doc Rivers said, I didn't hear what Doc Rivers said. Yo, shout out to A2D Radio, man. I didn't hear what Doc Rivers said. You guys are telling me that Doc Rivers said that Ben Simmons should get a tribute video, and was he serious, bro? All right, hold on. Give me a second here. Shout out to everybody in the chat. 595 in here. Hit the thumbs up for your boy. Doc Rivers postgame. We got to find it. Doc Rivers postgame. There's just absolutely no way he said this and was serious about it. Please tell me it's on YouTube, man. Doc Rivers, he's just, okay, here it is. 8 minutes? Damn, I don't want 8 minutes. Somebody send it to me on Twitter. I'll find it on Twitter. Y'all give me a second here, man. Somebody send it to me on Twitter. Shout out to you for sending it to me on Twitter. Here we go. See if I can just play the audio, man. Oh my God, this is funny. I haven't heard it yet, and you guys are freaking out about it because he said Ben Simmons deserves a tribute video, and I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait to also clip this out and post it on YouTube as a separate video, because this is just, if he really said this, this is hilarious.
Doc, you guys have a big game on Thursday against the Nets. Yeah. 2-part.
Yo, Sean Quigg, man, thanks for the support. Video on Twitter of Harden was running stairs after the crowd left the arena, putting in the work, unlike you-know-who. I agree with that, man. And that should be scary for the rest of the league right now, the fact that James Harden's not even really in great shape yet. And now that he knows what this team can accomplish, now he's going to go in the gym and say, all right, now I'm going to take my game to the next level. Mr. Dredd, you're the one who sent it to me on Twitter, man. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for that, bro. I appreciate it. All right, here you go. The setup is, the anticipation is killing me. Why does this guy love Ben Simmons so much? Why? What is going on here? I didn't even listen to it yet. Why? Why won't he let him go? Why won't he leave him alone? All right, here we go.
Doc, you guys have a big game on Thursday against the Nets.
Yeah.
Two-part question. One, chatter on Twitter suggests that you guys should give Ben Simmons a tribute video. Do you?
Who said that? Who suggested that? Are they serious? Do you understand the amount of booze that would rain down from this? I can't even listen to the whole thing. Here we go.
A tribute video. Do you think that you guys should give him one?
Well, that's a loaded question.
I know.
Yeah, I do actually. You know, Ben was very.
He got set up. That doesn't count. Nah, it doesn't count. He got set up, man. The reporter set him up. I mean, of course he's going to say yes to this because he doesn't want to publicly trash Ben Simmons. No, Ben does not deserve a tribute video. Ben's a piece of shit. Get him the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? He's not going to say that. So the guy asked him. The guy invented this and set it up and asked him. So he had to be like, yeah, sure. I mean, that's just like Doc's just going to say the right thing.
Actually, you know, Ben did a lot of good things here, you know. It didn't end well, right? Just like marriages and all kinds of other things don't end well, right? But Ben did a lot of good things here. And so, you know, it's funny. I don't know if we are or not, but if we did, I'd have no issues with it.
Second part of that question, if you could make a comparison, I remember Vince Carter being a New Jersey Net playing in Toronto for the first time. Ben, of course, won't play. What do you think the atmosphere will be like?
No, I don't get involved in that. I don't know. Our fans are so silent, so I can't imagine anything happening.
Yo, actually, well done, Doc, man. I actually enjoy this post-game clip right here, man. Well done. Well done. Our fans are so silent, I can't imagine anything happening when Ben Simmons returns. Yo, that was great. I commend Doc for that, man. I commend Doc for that. All right, man. I'm ready for you guys to give me your thoughts, man. The phone number's right there. We'll open up the phone lines as soon as I find the app that I have to use here. Again, I started a Discord today. If you want to join the Discord, the link is in the description. I didn't learn how to use Discord to take voice calls yet, so bear with me. We're still using the old Google Voice. Let me set this up. We get some Bluetooth going on here. $5.66 in the chat, man. Shout out to you guys. Thanks for being in here. Hit the like button for me one time. I would appreciate that greatly. The phone lines are brought to you by Manscaped.com. Get the Lawnmower 4.0. Take care of your ball beard. There it is right there. And I got to tell you guys about this seriously. And I don't do ads very often. And I didn't write down a whole thing. I'm not going to record a pre-written commercial or anything like that. So they sent me the thing. They said, we want you to use it so you can talk about it and tell the people your honest opinion of this. This thing has a skin-safe guard on the blade. Now listen, seriously, putting a razor anywhere near your man region is scary. It's scary. It's the most sensitive skin on your body. You don't want to cut anything down there. You know what I mean? I'm not kidding you at all. You can take this. I'm gonna be as blunt as possible. F it. You can take this thing and go right across your junk, bro. Bzzz. No fear whatsoever. Craziest thing I've ever used in my life. I'm not kidding you. Right across there, bro. Take care of everything. Lawnmower 4.0. Skin safe technology. It's unbelievable. Get one. Manscaped.com. Use the promo code NOINTROS for 20% off and free shipping. And think of me every time you use it. All right, don't do that. But get one. Phone line's open, man. I'm ready to hear you. I'm ready to hear your thoughts, man. Yes, that is manscaped.com. Promo code no intro, 20% off, free shipping. I got to remember to clip that out, man. That's a ridiculous ad, but it's it. I'm not lying though. It's a good product, man. All right, what's going on with the thing, man? I'm seeing a bunch of missed calls and it's nothing's. Oh, Eastwood. I had do not disturb on because I'm stupid. Give me a second. Yeah, I turn do not disturb on when I watch Sixers games because guess what? I'm locked in, baby. I'm locked in. Haddon Heights, New Jersey, man. What's going on? Oh, you went away, bro. Where'd you go? I answered. You weren't there. Call again, man. Harrietta, New York. New York in the building, man. What's up?
Yo, it was good, bro.
What's going on, man?
It was good. It was a good night. I liked the W. Felt like Joel was kind of keeping the game close to score that 50 piece, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Ended the night with 42, 43. But I wasn't trying to be a W downer or nothing, but I felt like the other night when we played the Heat, it's just the fact that we still don't know how to beat a zone, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm quite scared about it. Because with Harden, you know, when the Cavaliers was getting the zone against us, we still had a hella hard time, man. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a hard time against the Cavs for sure. I mean, that's a good defensive team. That's the best defensive team in the East. I mean, it's a great defensive basketball team. You know, if you battle them and overcome their phenomenal defense and win the game, I mean that's a win, bro. What do you want? What do you want to blow out everybody?
No, I'm just saying we lost multiple games before without Harden to the zone.
Without Harden, without Harden, bro. Without Harden, that's what you're saying. We're good now. We got Harden, baby. We're 5-0 with him. Why would you do this to yourself? We're 5-0 with James Harden. He's the savior. He's the solver of all of these problems. That's it. Thank you for the call, man. I appreciate you. I don't know why you always call and try to be negative after a win, man. Who cares what happened without James Harden, bro? What's going on here? What's going on here? I don't understand. Why would you bring this up? Oh, yeah, we look great with Harden, but we struggled against the Cat. We won the damn game against the best defense in the East. Come on, man. Why do you live this life? Be happy. We look great. Be happy. What's up, man? What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Spoke from South Florida. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good.
Yo, so first of all, look, I think there are ways we can use Tobias that can work. You know, we tell Tobias to work more as a rim runner, which he has the capability of doing. When we're resting Embiid and Maxey, we can put Tobias in almost like a Clint Capella position to be the rim runner off Harden. You know, that really worked well in Houston. I think that's something we could do with him.
Tobias.
Yeah. I mean, look, Tobias is 6'9", physical dude, big guy. He can dunk the ball pretty well. We should just rim run with him when we're resting Maxey and Embiid. That'll give them more time to rest. That will have him scoring more points. I mean, I really think if we can just adjust Tobias' game a bit, he doesn't need to be the spot-up shooter we think he needs to be. Have him rim run like Capella.
I think theoretically, like when you look at his size and what he should be able to do, you're right. But have you ever in his entire career seen Tobias Harris pick and roll and catch an alley-oop under the rim? Maybe once or twice.
Maybe once or twice, but I also don't think he's been in a position in his career before where he's stuck scoring 6 points per game and you have the harshest crowd in pro sports booing you every night when you're winning in a game. You know, I don't think Tobias is a total, wuss like Ben where he's just going to crumble. I think he's going to do what he needs to do to adjust his game. I mean, look, he's getting paid enough money to adjust his game. I think they could convince him.
I think they could try, but I think Tobias Harris just naturally plays a soft game. He doesn't play physical. And, to be a rim runner, you got to go hard and catch lobs over top of people and dunk in people's faces and scream. And he's just not that kind of player. I mean, and maybe if he was 21 right now, I would think that was possible, but he's almost 30, and there's no change in his game, man. I don't know. I'm not mad at Tobias Harris. Like I said, I don't think people should be booing him at all. He just doesn't fit. But theoretically, I agree, but I don't think it's possible.
Hey, look, I totally agree with you on not hating on Tobias. Look, I mean, whether he's playing good or not, if someone offered you a supermax contract, are you going to tell the guy, well, I don't think I'm good enough for it? No.
Yeah, I said that. I said that on a stream before. I'm like, no, you know what? I'm not that good. Give me less money. Hell no. I'm taking all of it. Taking all of it.
No. And you know what? And when we got him, we didn't foresee us getting James Harden. James Harden was still in Houston, So it's not like, we kind of put Tobias in this bad position. But exactly. I'm just thinking, I mean, he's a physical – he's a big athletic guy, though. I mean, there's got to be some way we can incorporate him because he's not getting a lot of play with all the starting five on the floor. But if we're benching Maxey and Embiid, there's got to be some game him and Harden can work off each other. But that would require Doc to, be humble and come up with a real game
There's
plan.
The play actually right there, and I'm glad you said that. But it's all a mindset with him, and that play that just played right there, he got fouled the play before that, and he was mad about it. So the next time down, he just takes a power dribble and dunks on top of everybody. If he would just do that more often, but he doesn't. He has to tell himself, all right, fine, this time I'm going to go dunk on somebody. It's not a natural thing that he does. It's not his instinctual, style of play.
I do think, though, Tobias, unlike Ben, has some kind of sense of, self-pride, takes himself seriously to some degree. And I really think, as unfair as it is to be harsh to him, it could bully him towards that right direction, if you know what I mean.
That's not a bad take. That's not a bad take at all, yeah. And James isn't afraid to tell him.
No one's afraid to tell him, and B's going to have more confidence telling him, knowing he has James to back him in any statement he makes, because Harden will back up Embiid. Harden's not an idiot. He knows whose team it is. And, I really think he could get to a point where we keep winning games. He keeps getting crapped on. And unlike Ben shutting down, he's going to be like, you know what? Screw these people. You want points? I'll give you effing points. And that's what he's going to do, hopefully.
Yeah, I think he is. Maybe the term you're looking for is self-reflective or open-minded or accepting of criticism. And when James says "Yo, you need to just shoot the ball when I pass it to you, not this pump fake dribble drive stuff," and then he started at least trying to do it. He's bricking shots, but I think he's open to okay, you're right, I'm going to do that. So yeah, I think maybe if because James Harden's not afraid to tell him I need you to do this or I need you to do that.
No, you're 100% right. And, I'm happy. I really think a lot of these guys, if anything, the one silver lining I would take from Ben is, with how much of a wimp he was, when anyone criticized him, he would just shut down. Think about that game where Harden said to Maxey, are you going to play this half? And Max went out and dropped 21. You say that to Ben, I mean, God, you got to put him on a suicide watch. He shut down.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I think now, I almost think now, the entire team is oh my God, I cannot turn into the new team bitch. You know what I mean? They're all afraid to be the guy that's the winner.
I mean, you're never going to see a guy as soft as Ben Simmons for the rest of your life. I've been watching this game for 25 years, never saw anything like it. Never, not even close. So, it is what it is. That guy's just the softest athlete of all time. But, thanks for the call, man.
Fair.
I appreciate it. Go ahead, man. What you got?
And one other sorry, I hit you up on Insta about this. I think those Sixers are exactly what the Nets thought they were going to be when they got James Harden. A 3-level scoring guard to pair with him that can knock down threes, a high-volume scoring big man, and James Harden to run the offense. I think that our setup now is what Brooklyn envisioned, but we have a bench. We have Niang. We have Shake Milton's. We didn't sell all that for Harden like they did.
Yeah. And I think just James Harden just fits better with a He's never played with a superstar center, and then there's just pieces around him that fit. He can be the guy that controls the offense, whereas the Nets already have two guys that want to control the offense. He was the third guy. It's just, I mean, I just think, like I say all the time, basketball is a simple game. It doesn't even make sense putting those three players together, let alone trading 7 first-round picks for them.
You can't have too many cooks in the kitchen.
Yeah. And now they have a bigger problem that they don't realize yet, but the fans want this dude to play, and he's not even playing yet. Oh,
hey,
man.
if you're telling me Kyrie won't play in Brooklyn and Ben won't play in Philly, I like our chances.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a playoff series, Ben has to play. I'm excited to see if he's even on the sideline on Thursday. But, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you.
I'll be throwing. Yep, have a good one.
All right, later. Man, is Ben going to play? Is Ben going to play this season? Basketball, but is Ben going to actually sit on the sideline in Philly? I don't know, man. What's going on? You're on Right Back Philly.
What's going on?
Too much background noise, my guy. I'm sorry. Had to bang on you. If you have your volume on in the background or something like that, I don't know what was going on, but that was like screeching in my ear. Naples, Florida. What's going on, man? I said that like that's your name. What's up? What's up? You're on the show.
Yeah, I'm Danny. I'm from Naples, Florida.
What's up, Danny?
Yeah, man, I think the game looked great. It was a little interesting in the beginning with DeRozan getting overshots, but I love how Harden is implementing Matisse a lot better than what he was before.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I couldn't agree more. I'm actually blown away by it. Like I just thought there was no hope for Matisse Thybulle, and people were telling me, and people were right, that you don't have to be a creator to be effective. We didn't have a creator on the floor. We have an elite creator now that can just set him up to where he can just use his athleticism and run straight to the rim. That's all he has to do. That's it. Play great defense, run to the rim, catch the ball when James Harden gives it to you, and dunk it. That's all he has to do.
Oh, yeah, we saw that a couple times tonight. Like, he would just set a pick and just roll. It's like we never really saw that from him before. He would just kind of, like, stand on the perimeter and do, like, catch and shoot like Danny Green. He's not Danny Green. Uses athleticism.
Yeah, exactly. This team's been playing without a point guard for a long time. It's actually I've been screaming it for years, but even a B level just facilitator like a Malcolm Brogdon would have made everybody look better. But James Harden is just on another planet, so I couldn't be happier right now because I've been screaming for a point guard forever, and we got one of the best to ever play the game. It's unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, and especially because the way he's playing, he doesn't use, like, his athleticism a ton in, like, Harden. Is like the dude, like you were saying earlier, can definitely play like Chris Paul till he's, like, 40.
Yeah, just slow game, low center of gravity, outsmarts everybody. Shoots a floater right there when the defense steps back. If the defense steps up, he throws a lob. He just has the whole – he's ahead of the game. I agree, man.
I know. I still find it funny when Brooklyn people say we lost a trade, but we still kept Matisse and Maxey. It's like crazy.
They're not saying that. They're not saying that anymore because they're losing game after game after game after game, and their boy Ben is still sitting on the bench with no injury whatsoever. Just his ego is crushed, and he's never gonna play again. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know, man. But thanks for the call, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, no problem. Have a great day, man.
Man. Providence, Rhode Island. Shout out to Rhode Island, man. Wait, what happened? Yo, what's going on? You're on the show.
What's going on? Do I got the static in the background?
No, you're good, man. Yeah, sorry. I don't know if you had the volume on or what, but.
Yeah, I'm in my car, so I had it on the my play. But
what's up, man?
Yeah, basically to touch on what you said earlier, though, like about people being like negative and stuff. Like when I talk about the Sixers right now, I'm not being negative. I'm just like I'm looking at it as if I was like a Kobe Bryant. Like we're not getting excited over a 5-game winning streak like that. Like how everybody's like jumping up and down. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not that excited yet until I see more. You know what I'm saying? But that's not to say I'm a pessimist. That's just saying that You know what I'm saying? Like looking at it from like a Kobe, a Mamba mentality.
All right, so watching this game tonight, what did you see that makes you say, I'm not excited yet?
Watching this game tonight?
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from a playoff standpoint.
So you can't take into account
like,
that Miami game. You can't. We were on a back-to-back, flew 1,000 miles, got
No,
in there at
no,
4
no,
o'clock
no,
in the morning and
I'm
played without James Harden. So we were going to get stomped. We knew that.
Miami.
So Cleveland's the best team in the East.
I'm not talking about Miami.
The Bulls,
But
fourth seed in
even-
the East, took care of them.
Listen, what I'm saying is, I'm looking at it from a playoff point of view, in the half court, the way our style of play is. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm critiquing.
Our style of play. I can't, man. I can't. Was that the same guy? Did you really call back to be negative again? What do you mean our style of play in the half court? The most elite point guard, one of the most elite point guards ever played a game that can manipulate the game in the half court better than anyone I've ever seen with my own two eyes? What? Bro, stop. Stop. Stop being negative. Stop. Enjoy life. Enjoy life right now. Stop it. Because my question is, what does being negative right now do for you? If we get to the second round of the playoffs and our lack of a third string point guard, if we get to the I don't know. Like we got DeAndre Jordan. Okay, so if our backup center isn't good enough and our backup point guard Shake Milton or Isaiah Joe or Furkan Korkmaz isn't good enough and we lose in the second round, then you say, man, we just didn't have it. We weren't good enough. But right now, you're 5-0 since the trade to playing with James Harden. Just be happy right now. What? Nah. And what does Kobe Bryant have to do with it, man? I don't understand that at all. Mamba mentality. He probably had a very positive outlook. That's why he was so successful. What's going on? You're on the show.
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing great, man. I'm drinking a nice, strong IPA. Enjoying a Sixers win. Doing good.
I hear it. And I think the whole negativity thing from Sixers fans is just about where we've been at for so long. I don't think it's settled in yet. But I mean, once we really start rolling, then everybody's gonna start really figuring it out. Like, man, this is a once in a lifetime type of team that we're seeing right now.
So they don't know how to deal with this yet.
Exactly.
I get that.
It's too much good. It's too much good.
They're scared.
Everybody's
Yeah.
waiting
Okay.
for the,
Okay. All right.
waiting for the bad.
Yeah. I got you. Here's what happened. They were dating an abusive husband or wife for 5 years. They got out of that relationship. They met somebody that seems absolutely perfect, and they're like, hold on a second. There's a catch here. There's no way it's this good. Something bad's going to happen. Is that it?
Exactly. Exactly. And you're talking about a generational talent in Joel Embiid, a generational talent in James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, which is a rising star. He's a stud. George Niang, which is playing out of his mind lately. Tobias Harris, which he's gonna get it. I really think he's gonna get it. I don't see us losing to anybody in a 7-game series. Like who are we gonna match up with there that's gonna be a problem besides like Phoenix or maybe if we see the Heat in the championship game, maybe they get us for 2 games, but I don't see them beating us. And that game that we just played, like I understand what you're saying with the back-to-back and how there's no way that we can evaluate that game on a realistic standard. But for real, what I saw in that game, we really didn't play that good so that we can be scared of them. Like I feel like the Heat really aren't that great.
Yeah, we were in it in the third quarter. It was like a 5-point game. Like there was no reason for us to even be in that game. So you're right. We should be looking at the other way. Like
and that's without
yeah.
Exactly. And that's without James Harden.
Yeah, without James Harden, Tyre just got off an airplane, and we were within 5 in the third quarter. Like, yeah.
And I mean, I know you watched that. Did you watch that game, the Heat game?
No, I was working Friday and Saturday.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were battling the Heat, and then we were battling the refs too, man. There were so many bad calls. I mean, there's always bad calls, but the calls in that Heat game were crazy. It was horrible.
Yeah, that's what I don't like. Like even if I watch the condensed version on NBA.com on NBA League Pass, I still don't get that. You know, there's just things you miss when you don't watch the game live. You don't feel the vibe of what's happening and things like that.
It was so bad. It was horrible. And then Korkmaz was playing, and that's really the standard of the reason why we lost that game is Furkan Korkmaz. I blame the whole season. Every loss that we have, I blame it on Furkan Korkmaz at this point.
But he's not good, and we should. Did you know he wasn't good like last year? Like you got to blame it on Doc Rivers then, because you know that guy's not. He shouldn't be there.
Exactly. No, and the thing is that Korkmaz is the same fraudulent player as Ben Simmons. He'll give you those games where he's like, man, this guy's actually pretty good, and then he shows his true colors and has that horrible shooting percentage and that 1.7 points per game or 1 point whatever points per game, 1.4, some crazy thing like that.
1.7 points per game. Yeah.
I was just arguing with the guy. He was saying, he sent me a video of the last time we played against the Bulls and we had Ben Simmons, and it was like, man, this is what Furkan Korkmaz does with the real point guard that's not a ball hog like Tyrese Maxey, and it was like Furkan going off for, I don't know, probably some like 19 points or something crazy like that. Like, come on, man, like really. Ben Simmons was not the answer. Like, stop it.
No, yeah, people reached. I can't wait till he plays in Brooklyn because they have no idea. Well, the thing is, what Ben Simmons doesn't realize is that he had the perfect situation here because all you had to do was shoot the damn ball from the outside, and then you would be the only guy out there controlling the ball. He thought he couldn't play with Embiid. Now he has to play with 2 ball-handling guards, and what's he going to do? He can't even play in the middle. He can't play center. He can't. I don't understand. Yeah,
and I think in one of your videos earlier today, somebody brought up the point that now playing with KD and Kyrie, they're both shooters. Now you got to shoot. Like, it's not a matter of pass the ball to one of them and then stand around. If you become a liability now, so that they're gonna have tough nights because they're gonna try to give you the ball, and what are you gonna do with it? Do the whole big fast passer guy thing. It's just not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, is he gonna bring the ball up? Like, that's what I don't get. Is he gonna play point guard, or is he gonna be? I mean, if they play him at like a small ball center and they just say, "Hey, stand under the rim and get rebounds," but he doesn't even rebound that well. I don't know.
And then it goes back into like what is he, a max player? He's a max player right now, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So he's going to be a small ball 5 max player that just gets rebounds. Like, that's horrible.
Nah, it makes no sense.
It's a mess.
It makes no sense. And they essentially gave up Jarrett Allen, Karis LeVert, and 6 first-round picks for Ben Simmons.
Oh my god, that is terrible.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you got anything else for me?
I can't wait. Korkmaz is hot garbage, man. I just can't wait for us to ship him out. That's all I got.
Shouldn't have taken that long, man. It shouldn't have taken that long. I agree. Thanks for the call. They traded 7 first-round picks for Ben Simmons. Oh, man. What's going on? You're on Run It Back Philly.
What's up, bro? Hey, it's always good to talk to you, man. Chop it up with you.
What's up?
But you know what was beautiful about this game?
What's that?
How they basically kept feeding Embiid. It was a mismatch in there. And, you know, I'm with you, man. We have went through the doldrums, okay? But man, come on, celebrate, man, come on.
I know.
What is wrong with you?
You watch the team lose on purpose for 3 straight seasons, and you're going to be negative right now?
That's what I'm saying, bro. I can't understand it. And you gave a perfect analogy, too, about how you've been beat for 5 years, and it's like, no, I can't understand it. It's just too perfect. Wait a minute, man. But like I was saying about Joel Embiid, he was just killing them in the post.
Yeah, they stood.
And they just made it. Yeah, they kept it simple. Hey, that KISS theory, keep it simple, stupid.
Yep.
Feed the pig. He was just annihilating them.
Yep. Yeah, and I think that's the amazing thing about James Harden, because, you know, what all the Nets fans said, we're like, well, what's Embiid going to do now? Because Harden's going to have the ball the whole game, and he's going to dribble the clock out. And, like, he just came in here passing the ball to Embiid. I'm still going to feed the big man. Embiid's scoring more now than he was before Harden.
You know what's crazy? For some reason, they kept thinking about him in Houston with no players. He got somebody as good as him in the post.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's the perception he gets from Houston is that, like, they're like, well, look what he did in Houston. His usage percentage was this. That's because there was nobody on the squad. He's actually the most adaptive player I've ever seen. He did that because he didn't have any help. He went to Brooklyn and dropped 15, 15, and 15 because he had scorers. Like, he adapts to his surroundings.
That's what he does, bro. And that's amazing you said that, because I agree totally with you.
Yeah.
When he went to the Nets, he said, okay, I got Kyrie Irving. I got Durant. Plus, I have myself if we need a shot in a pinch, some points in a pinch. But he was feeding them. That's why he was leading the league in assists.
Yeah. 10.2 without trying. 10.2 assists per game without even trying.
Yeah. He had his track suit on and everything. Then everybody was like, dang. You said, look here, you made a whole straight page about it. You said, listen, if we get the motivated James Harden, watch out league. And I was like, that man, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's the thing,
bro,
because
you be living inside my dome.
Like, a lot of people call him, you know, they say what they want about him, but, like, if you put all that time in Houston and whatever, and you're 32 and you already have $300 million and you're in a situation that you don't like, you can retire at any time. You can be like, I don't want to do this anymore, man. You know what I mean? So he gets very unmotivated when he's in a situation like that. Then but I still think he wants to win an NBA championship. So he's like, yo, I want to go to Philly because this sucks. I want to go win something.
Right.
Yeah.
They even said he wanted to play with Joel Embiid because it's something he's never done. A post player. I mean, Joel Embiid is the type of player where, like you say, once in a lifetime. Djokovic is nice. He's nice. Hey, he's beautiful. He plays with the dad bod, but he's got game. I give it up to him. You know, I'll give credit where credit is due. But Joel Embiid, man, you look at his footwork, how he can take you outside, and then he gets mad sometimes and dunk in your face. I mean, when he dunked on Allen, man, oh my goodness. I was like, man, bro, you dunked on that man like that. He tore his afro off his head. He got a wife and kid at home and shit. You embarrassed his family like that and dunked on that man.
That was his. I think that was the best poster of his career, man. I couldn't believe when that happened. Bro, I was screaming in my house when it happened.
Dude, you and me both. It was ferocious. I was like, what? And then Yang passed it back to him. I thought he was gonna lay it up, man. He went up over the rim. I was like, it was like he was mad at the rim.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. So
like
James was a third. He was coming off the bench at OKC. He got traded to Houston. He gave everything he could to Houston, and he wanted out of there. Yeah. And he wanted to go to Philly, and they traded him to Brooklyn. So this is the first time he's been in a position where he chose a place to go.
Right.
You know, because he knew it was a perfect fit.
It's just amazing to me, his career he had. I mean, nobody's going to win a championship that plays with Westbrook. That's why Durant had to leave. Everybody knows that. But when he was with them, it was a difference of $4 million. They didn't keep him.
Oh, I know. That was terrible. I mean, they didn't know yet. I guess they didn't know yet. Daryl Morey knew.
I got to give it up to Daryl. Like you said, bro, this man looks like the average Joe. He looks like one of us. He looks like he sits in the barber shop. Yeah, man, what you think, man?
Yep.
While you sitting there thinking, he's sitting there dwelling it over in his mind. Then he goes to the boardroom. So what do you think? Well, basically, here's what I think about the whole situation. So he's getting everybody's input. Then he comes up with his own assessment. That's what's beautiful about it. He's just common a garden guy.
Absolutely.
With an intellect of like, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But like I say, it's always beautiful to chop it up with you, man. But in this game, man, I'm going to tell you, I think we talked about it before. The Yang got to start, man. The Yang has to start, and I understand we can't have Toby as a role player making $180 million. But if we want to win, man, this man is too fragile to be in the league this long. Man, boo! Wait a minute, man. Do what you did in this game. Get mad and dunk on somebody's head. Play like that. Play with that ferocity. That go get it. That dog. See, that's what the Yang people have to understand. The Yang has that dog, and I love it. That's the thing I hate about Ben Simmons.
Yep.
I would see it sometimes. I see him come down the lane, dunk on somebody with two hands, and I get up and be like, that's what I want. Then he comes down the lane with little short midgets.
Did you ever see his interview on RB's channel? RB Philly Take with RB. He interviewed George Niang. Did you ever see that?
Oh, I gotta go back and see that. That's my guy, man.
Yeah, RB says to him.
I gotta go back.
Because RB said something on Twitter after a game, and Niang DM'd him and was mad about what he said. And he was like, "Yo, an NBA player DM'd me," and I couldn't believe it. And he's like, "But then he like apologized to him or something." And he's like, "Come on my show." And he came on. Anyway, he asked Niang on the show. Yeah, he's like, "What do you think you provide an NBA team, when they trade for you?" And he said, "I'll tell you what. When you trade for me, you can guarantee that you're getting a motherfucker." That's how he said it, bro. He said, "You're getting a motherfucker." That's what he said.
That's what I want. I want that Dennis Rodman. I want that person that don't care. I don't care if I score a point. But you know what? I'm going to push somebody in the back. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to break you on your leg. I don't care what it takes to win.
Yeah, man.
And that's what I love about him. He got that little like, they ain't going to catch this elbow. I'm going to shoot to this cat's solar plexus. They ain't going to catch that unless they go to the camera. So I love that, man. That's what I hated about Ben. My brother and I had a debate about it. I was like, man, Joe, like, my brother was like, you got that dog. I said, you don't have no dog. Man, I raised you, bro. You're 6 years younger than me. I taught you how to be a dog.
Yeah, no, Ben.
That man don't have it.
Ben don't have no dog, man. Nope.
Man, I think it might be, I hate to say it, because I look at Bible, he comes from Australia. They're real laid back. They're real cool. But it's like, man, we play sports over here, man. We put our heart and soul into it.
Yeah.
And Ben just never did.
Nah, he didn't fit, man.
He didn't.
He needs to be somewhere like Brooklyn where there's no fans.
But man, it's like you said, man. You gotta put him over your shoulder, put a bib in his mouth and burp him. I'm like, what in the world is this? His father should be ashamed of him. But his father is coddling him. All the people around him are coddling him.
Yeah.
Kick him in the butt and make a man out of there.
It's too late, man. It's too late for him. He's done.
Yeah.
He's done.
I got to end with this conversation with you calling. That man, baby.
Hey, thanks for the call, bro. I appreciate it.
Be cool, bro. Be cool, bro. Yeah.
All right, later. That dude's the man, bro. That dude's the man. I love when he calls, man. That's why I want to get the Discord going so I can see people's names when they're in the Discord and I can, I can know who's return callers because I'm hyped when some of you guys return. You know what I mean? Good caller. Good caller right there, man. My guy Cliff Notes on Twitter. Embiid with another 40-10 game versus a high-caliber playoff team, but please keep telling me how flashy passing Todd McCullough is better than him. Oh, man. That's the MVP right there, man. And the great thing about James Harden is that he just made Joel Embiid even more of an MVP. And they're going to hold the fact that he has James Harden against him in it, probably. But, man, it's just perfect how James Harden comes in here and says, you know what? That's the man right there. Joel Embiid's unstoppable. That's the thing about James Harden. He has a very, very high basketball IQ. If it was somebody like Russell Westbrook, he'd be out there jacking up shots. Harden has the IQ to say, Joel Embiid's unstoppable. Tristan Thompson can't guard this dude. I'm going to keep giving him the ball. And then he's telling people like Matisse Thybulle what to do and telling him to dunk the ball when he cuts down the lane and telling Tyrese Maxey to go to the rim harder. He just made this team so damn good. And nobody's going to call in here and be negative, man. Because I watched this team suck my whole life. Not just the tanking years, bro. The Allen Iverson years. We knew that team wasn't going to... We thought they had a chance a little bit, but they were underdogs the whole time. Because it was Allen Iverson and a bunch of nobodies, man. Shout out to Aaron McKee and Eric Snow and Tyrone Hill and, whoever else. I guess they traded for Dikembe Mutombo when Theo Ratliff broke his leg, but there was nobody. My entire life, this is the best Sixers team I've ever seen in my life. You're not going to take my happiness away by talking about what we looked like against the Miami Heat on a back-to-back, flying 1,000 miles, getting in at 4 a.m, playing a basketball game without James Harden. We beat the best defense in the East the night before that. Come on, man. JM, thanks for the support. Oh, my man. I want to shut them Jokic blowhards up March 14th. We play the Nuggets March 14th. Oh, man, that's prime time. So we play the Nets on Thursday, which is the 10th, right? And we have Ben Simmons might be sitting on the bench in Philly. That's already amazing drama. I'm talking the keeping up with the Kardashians level of drama. So that's awesome. Then the 14th, we get to play Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets. Count me in. Count me in. Raja Bell, don't forget him. Oh, my. No, Shane didn't call in yet. It's a school night, man. Shout out to Shane, though, but it's a school night, man. He wasn't up swearing saying the F word at his TV. You got to get up for school in the morning. All right, man, 4:55 still in here. I got nothing left to say. I'm excited and happy about this team. Because when you look at what they look like overall with James Harden on the roster, looks like we can compete with anybody in a 7-game series. Oh, I don't want to say this before I leave. I commend Doc Rivers for having some self-reflectiveness. Is that a word? And giving up on Furkan Korkmaz. So if Doc Rivers just makes the adjustments, even though it took him way too long to make the adjustments, that's a scary part because in a 7-game series, he would have played Furkan all 7 games. He wouldn't have made the adjustment. Takes him too long to make the adjustment. But if Doc's actually making those adjustments or just playing the better player, I mean, it's obvious. If Tobias Harris isn't working, get him out of here. If George Niang's a better fit, play him. Play whoever you got to play to win the damn game. I don't care how much money somebody's making, nothing. Play whoever you got to play to win the damn game. So if he's doing that, and we're at least getting, staggered minutes of Tyrese Maxey, James Harden, Joel Embiid, and we're at least getting, Shake Milton off the bench, contributing somewhat. Isaiah Joe James Harden can take him to the next level. That's the thing about it, too. You got James Harden on your squad. If Isaiah Joe looked like crap earlier in the year, you got to give him a chance now. You got to give him a chance to play with James Harden because he could take him to another level. He could get something out of that kid that we didn't see yet. So you got to give him that chance. Think this team can be great, man. I mean, he never looked like crap. He was bricking everything. He had games where he was over. You know what I mean? 3-7-22 will forever be infamous. The day Korkmaz's career died. The day Dorkmaz's career died. And also, not only the Furkan adjustment, he made the adjustment at the backup center position. DeAndre Jordan's a big body, 6'11", can still move pretty well for his size, can still jump, can still block shots, can still get a couple rebounds in 10 minutes. That's all you need from him. You just need somebody that's not going to get absolutely smoked the second he walks in the game. Like 6'8" Paul Millsap. He's not even a center. That's all you need, man. Worst mistake was the Sixers picking Larry Hughes over Paul Pierce. I'll do you one even better. Iverson was drafted 96. The next year, 1997, the 76ers had the second overall pick in the draft. And guess who was in that draft? Tracy McGrady. And they drafted Keith Van Horn, number 2 overall. They thought he was going to be the elite sniper next to Iverson, and there just ended up being so many players in that draft. They took Keith Van Horn at number 2. And then I believe the next year, 98, was Paul Pierce and a couple other great players, and they took Larry Hughes. So, yeah. McGrady was a kid. I mean, well, it was an NBA draft. They're all kids. Kobe came out of high school. Dang-a-dong. Is this win really that impressive? All right, guys, that's it for the show. I'm done reading the chat. Nobody's gonna bring negativity to me tonight. It's not really about this team. It's about what this offense looks like. We are 5-0 with James Harden, and we look dynamic. Everybody on the floor is at a different level with James Harden on the floor. And I'm excited. And you should be too. Thanks for tuning in. 413 still in the chat. Hit the thumbs up on your way out. Don't forget, manscaped.com. Use the code NOINTRO for 20% off and free shipping. Take care of your ball beard. This right here. Never know, man. Never know when it's going to go down. Don't show up with a ball beard. Manscaped.com. Promo code NOINTRO. 20% off and free shipping. It'll change your life. Peace!